How are
Okay.
you today?
Very well, thank you. And how are you?
I'm fine too.
That's good. Do we know if everybody is here or are we waiting on some more people?
I think we need waiting.
Do we need to wait for a little bit? No worries.
Okay.
Are there enough students?
Hello.
Okay, if we have enough, we can get started. So, hello everybody. My name is Michael. I'll be your debate teacher for these lessons. And today I thought we would get started with a little exercise called an icebreaker. It's just a chance for me to get to hear everybody speak. And so the icebreaker that we're going to do is that I'm just going to pick a few students and I'm going to give you an example debate topic, and I just want to hear you talk about it for a little while. So I'm going to start with, let's start with Ben.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Ben. So I'm going to give you an example debate topic, and I just want to hear what you have to say about it, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so my topic for you is it better to be an only child or to have brothers and sisters?
I think it's to have brother and sisters.
And why do you think that, Ben?
Because being an only child may be difficult to the child. They might get stressed, so they need some sibling to share their happiness and sadness with.
So you think it's better to have brothers and sisters, so you've always got somebody to keep you company and you'll be happier that way.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you very much, Ben. Well done. And next up, can I get Annie, please?
Hello, teachers.
Hello. Hello, Lisa. So, Annie,
Yes.
my question for you is, should homework be necessary, or should students have to do homework?
Yes, students to do homework or remember the vocabulary of the words. Teacher teach them in the class, and homework help we remember, and we like we do it to be good. Then and today we go to school, we will remember, and we can say it comfortable.
So you think that homework is necessary because it helps students to remember the work that they've done better?
Yeah.
Very well done. Thank you, Annie. Okay, next I will ask Tim. Hello, Tim.
Hello, teacher.
So my question for you is, should children be allowed to use Facebook?
Uh,
I don't know.
So
Can you-
what are your thoughts about the question? So why do you not know? Do you have some ideas for good and some ideas for bad?
Hmm, I don't have any ideas.
No worries. Well, I'll give you one more question then. We'll try a different question.
Okay.
Should every student learn how to swim?
Yes. So if you fall to the river, if you don't swim, you will die. If you swim, you can go to the land easily.
So you think students should learn how to swim so that they can be safe in case they fall into the river?
Yes.
Very good. Thank you very much, Tim. Okay. Next up, I shall ask Elsa, please.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. So my question for you is, are zoos beneficial to animals and their well-being?
Can you say that again?
Would you like me to reword?
Can you say the question again?
Yes. So are zoos beneficial to animals and their well-being?
I don't know.
Okay. Would you like me to ask you a different question?
Yes.
Okay, let's try. Should junk foods be banned in schools? So should school ban junk food?
What is junk foods?
So junk food is snack food like chips and soda and lollies, basically all of the unhealthy foods.
Fast food.
Fast food, yes, that's a good example, Lisa.
Yes, because
And
children like them. But in the opposition argument, it is not good for health.
so you think that junk food should be banned because although children enjoy junk food, it is bad for their health.
They will fat.
They will get fat if they eat too much. Okay. Thank you very much, Elsa. Well done. Okay, next up. I hope I say this right, but Miocon.
Hi.
Sorry, I pushed the wrong button there. Hello. So my question for you is, ooh, got some good ones here. Should children be allowed to have cell phones?
I think children are allowed to have cell phone, but The cell phone, I think that they don't use the cell phone to play games. Because if they play games, they will not do like that.
Okay, so you think children should be allowed to have cell phones as
But
long as
they
they
don't.
use them responsibly and so they don't waste time playing games. Is that correct?
Correct.
Very well done. Thank you very much.
Nothing.
So, what were you
Nothing.
Okay, thank you, Miyakon. Next up, I'll ask Lisa.
Okay.
My question for you is it important to have a bedtime?
Yes, it is very important. When we sleep, it is very healthy, and that your bodies they go to sleep. When we go to sleep, we don't do anything.
Okay, so you think children should have a bedtime because
And
rest is important and we need
is-
to relax and get our sleep. Is that correct?
Yes, it's very relaxed, and I love it.
Good. Sleep is good, isn't it? I know I like getting a lot of sleep. Thank you very
I
much,
just
Lisa.
think that
Well
people
done.
they don't sleep and they are very dangerous.
Oh yeah, you get very, very tired and very, very cranky the next day if you don't get your sleep. Okay, thank you very much, Lisa. Well done. Next up, I'm going to ask Tony, please.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Tony. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
That's good.
Thank you.
So my question for you is reading better than watching television?
Yes, I think reading is much better than watching television because when reading you will learn, you will improve your reading skill, a lot of another skill. Um, reading is a skill, and when you watch television, it's bad for your eyes.
Okay, so you think it is better to read than watch television because you get to develop your reading skills and television is bad for your eyes. Well done. And next up, I'll ask Cami, please.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Cami. So my question for you. Ooh. Should children be required to do chores at home?
I think children should be hired to do chores at home because it's good for doing chores.
I think you're frozen a bit, Cami. I can't hear what you're saying.
Yes. I think children should be quiet because to be quiet is very good for doing chores.
Okay, so I didn't hear that very well, but I think I heard you say that children should be required to do chores because it's good to help out around the home. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes.
Very good. Thank you, Cami. Well done. is there anybody else that I haven't asked for an opinion from yet? If anybody hasn't answered a question, can you please raise your hand like that? Okay, so the next person on my list is Lily.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Lily. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Very well, thank you. So my question for you, is it better to have a pet or a sibling?
I think it's both. It's like both require to each other. It's the same because if we have a sibling, we have to teach them and teach them how to read, to learn, or something. And also pets like that. We also have to teach them to sit, to listen to our words and do what we want.
Very good. So you think that it's the same to have a sibling or a pet because you
Yeah,
have to
that's
teach them
safe.
both how to do things. Very good. Thank you, Lily.
Goodbye.
Goodbye for now. Okay, next up we have Hannah.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Hannah. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Very well, thank you. Okay, my question for you, is it better to have a big family or a small family?
I think that is a big family because when you have big family, you can do a lot of things with your big family. And if some people, some members of your families like have to go to work or need to go to somewhere to learn or to work, you will be alone if you have a small family. But if you have a big family, maybe there's some members can play with you and like spending time doing lots of things with you.
Very good. So you think it's better to have a big family because you'll always have somebody to keep you company. Well done. Thank you, Hannah. Okay, next up we have Lu Lee.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Lu Lee. How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
Terrific. I'm very well, thank you. So my question for you, should children have a say in family decisions?
I think yes, because child should have a say because we are people and we should be fair to each other and we all need to have a decision. So we need to have a say in a family decision.
Very good. So you think that all children should have a say in family decisions because it's fair
Yeah.
to give everyone a voice. Very well
Yeah.
done. Thank you very much. And looks like the last person on our list is Minicat. Minicat Zon.
Hi,
Hello, how are you?
I am fine. How are you?
Oh, very well. So I've already asked you a question. Do you have something? Do you have a question you'd like to ask or something you'd like to say? Or would you like another question to answer?
Another question to answer, please.
Okay, so this will be our last one and then we'll move on to the next part of the lesson. So my question for you, is it better to learn from books or from experiences?
I thought this is better to learn from experience because in experience we can look it in we can look it so we will know it better.
Very well done. So you think that we learn better by doing things rather than by reading about them in a book?
Yeah, sure.
Well done. Thank you very much. Guys, those were some terrific opinions and some terrific answers that you had. So now we're going to move on. And excuse me one moment. My apologies. I just had to let out a big yawn. I didn't want to do it on camera. So next up, we're going to discuss some important definitions of some words that we will need to know to be able to debate well. So if you pay attention to the chat box, I'm going to post the words. Another one. I'm going to post the words in the chat box as I give you their definitions. Now, don't worry, after the class, I'm going to send you all a few documents with some notes about the things that we've talked about today. So you'll be able to read those and study and learn. Oof.
Okay.
Got a few yawns coming out at the moment. So our first word is debate. And a debate is a structured discussion where opposing viewpoints are presented and arguments are made. So a structured discussion simply means that there is an order to the way that things have to go during a debate. And opposing viewpoints are just differing opinions. Very good. And also where arguments are made. So you have to prove your points of view. I think I do need to get a bit more sleep. Our second word is theme. Theme. And the theme is the central topic or the subject of the debate. So in other words, what are we arguing about? That's the theme. Our third word, it's quite a long one, so I'm going to type it in. Definitely need more sleep. So our third word is interlocutor. And the interlocutor is the person who moderates the debate and ensures that a fair and respectful decision is made. So the interlocutor, so a debate is judged by a panel of judges, usually between 1 and 3 judges. And the interlocutor is the person that makes sure that the judges follow the rules when they make their decision about who wins. So the interlocutor makes sure that the judges don't just pick the winner because their kid is on the team or anything like that. They make sure the judges follow the rules. Our fourth word is motion. And I do apologize. And motion is the statement or the topic that is being debated. Now, we're going to discuss the difference between theme and motion in the next couple of lessons. So for now, these definitions are good. Number 5 is proposition. And proposition is the team or individual who supports the motion and presents arguments in favor of it. So those of you that have attended Miss Tui's debate class on Thursday evenings, the proposition is just another name for the affirmative team, or the team that agrees with the topic of debate. Our next word is opposition. And the opposition is the team or individual who opposes the motion and presents arguments against it. So the opposition is just another way of saying the negative team, or the team that disagrees with the topic of debate. Our next word, or our next definition, is the teal paragraph structure. And the teal paragraph structure, we're going to learn about this and how to use this this framework for writing. We're going to learn about this down the road in later lessons. So I'm going to teach you how to construct good arguments using this paragraph structure. And the definition is a writing framework that stands for topic sentence, explanation, evidence, and linking sentence. So we see there that the first letter of each of those words spell teal. And this really is a fantastic way to be able to structure your arguments so that they have the maximum impact on the judges and the audience. So for example, the first sentence should introduce the idea that you want to talk about. The explanation is basically where you expand on that idea and you get a bit more descriptive with it. Using evidence is where you back your claims up by quoting any number of different sources. It can be news articles or statistics. Basically any information that you have found during your research to back up your claims. And finally, the linking sentence is where we bring the whole idea together. So we summarize the information that we've just presented and put it into a nice, neat little package for everyone to be able to understand. So, how are we going with all of this so far? Just want to check in with you guys. Do we all understand?
Yes.
Terrific.
Yes.
So yeah, every now and then I will check in with you guys, because this is quite, some of this can be quite difficult material. So if you need me to slow down or explain it differently, please don't be afraid to ask. I'm more than happy to help out that way. Okay. Our next word is ethos. There it is. And ethos means an appeal to ethics or credibility to persuade the audience. So that is what I was talking about before in the teal paragraph structure, where you use evidence. You have information that you found during your research to back up the claims that you make, and that will help the judges and the audience believe what you have to say, and it makes your information a lot more credible is the word. Our next word is pathos. And pathos is an appeal to emotions to persuade the audience. So if you're talking about an issue that makes you very happy, for example, and you want the audience to feel how you feel about it so that you can try and persuade them to agree with your side of the argument, that would be using pathos in your argument. And there are a number of techniques that we can use to do this, to get the audience to feel how we want them to feel. And I'm going to be teaching you some of those as well in later lessons. Our next word is logos. And logos is an appeal to logic and reasoning to persuade the audience. So this is more along the lines of how you would structure your argument. So if you structure your argument in the right way, in a way that the audience or the judges can follow along from point to point, then you have a lot better chance of getting them on your side. So if you can take them through from point 1 to point 2 to point 3, and then they're agreeing with each point as you go along, you're going to stand a very good chance of convincing them of what you want to convince them of. Our next word is matter. And matter is the content or the substance of the arguments presented in a debate. So that is basically the actual words that you have written and the words that you are speaking to the audience. That is the matter of your argument. Our next word is method. And method is the strategy or the approach used to present the arguments in a debate. So that is more to do with how the order that you put the words in. So as I was mentioning before with logos, it's the way that you structure your arguments so that it makes best sense to the audience and they will agree and follow along your lines of reasoning. Our next word is manner. And manner is the style or delivery of the arguments in a debate. So this is more to do with how you say what you're saying. So it's your tone of voice, it's your facial expressions. Apologies. So it's your tone of voice, it's your facial expressions, it's your body language, and just making sure that that matches up to what you're saying, what you're talking about. Because if you're talking about something that is quite serious and sad to some people, then the last thing you want to do is be all happy and bouncy while you're talking about this serious matter. It doesn't match up what you're saying and how you're saying it. So that's also something that we're going to be covering throughout this course. A bit on body language, facial expressions, tone of voice. We've got lots and lots of stuff to learn about. Our next word is team line. And the team line is the main argument offered or the position taken by a debating team. So the team line is important because we want to make sure that every member of a debating team is not necessarily making the same arguments as each other, but we want to make sure that we're agreeing with each other and that our arguments support our teammates. And so that is the team line, making sure that our arguments are all in agreement and that we're supporting our teammates with our arguments. And our last word, our last definition for this evening is the team split. And the team split is the distribution of arguments and responsibilities amongst team members. So for example, let's say the topic is, I don't know, are dogs better than cats? And let's say your team does some research and they manage to come up with 6 different arguments. Now you've got 3 team members to divide those 6 arguments amongst. So the team split is who gets argument 1, who gets argument 2, who gets argument 3, so on and so forth. So there are times, for example, there are times when it might just be easier to go team member 1 gets 1 and 2, team member 2 gets 3 and 4, and team member 3 gets 5 and 6. However, there may also be debates where it's better for team member 1 to have arguments 1 and 5. Team member 2 might do better with 2 and 4. And team member 3 might do better with 3 and 6. So the team split is going to be a very good skill to learn as well. Okay. You guys are doing fantastic so far, hanging in with all these words. I know it's a lot of information, but you're doing great. So next up, I want to give you a list of, or I want to go over that list of debate topics that you were all answering at the beginning of the class, so that you can get a better understanding of the sorts of questions that you'll be asked to debate. So, debate questions, and I'll introduce a few other questions as well. So debating questions can be something like, debating questions can be something as simple as, is better to have or a spleen. It's something to make you think about all the different arguments you come up with, but in the end, like, the answer does tend to be quite simple. There can be other questions like, should school uniforms be mandatory, or should students have to wear school uniforms? Is reading better than watching television? Should kids be allowed to vote? So now that is that last question, should kids be allowed to vote? That is that topic would require a bit more thinking and a bit deeper level of research, but that is also something that you could be asked potentially. Some other questions you might be asked are, I already asked that one. Should junk foods be banned in school? Is social media beneficial to society? should animals be used for animal tests, for scientific testing? So we see that just based on these few questions, you really can be asked to debate about anything. And it is yours and your team's ability to do good research and formulate well thought out arguments. That's going to be the main skill to learn. If you can do that, you can debate about anything. Now, I'm going to throw it out to you guys now. Without using any of the debate topics that we've just mentioned, put your hands up if you can think of a topic that we might be able to debate. So if you can think of a topic that we could possibly debate one day, put your hand up and let's share it with the class. Does anyone have any ideas?
Teacher, what is the question about?
So my question to you guys as a class is, can you think of any topics that can be debated? So try not to use the examples that I just used. Try and think of some questions that could be debated. Oh, Lily has a question for us. Lily, what do you think would make a good debating topic?
Can you tell again about the topic?
About the question?
Yeah, about what topic?
Yeah, so can you think of a topic that we could debate?
About protecting the environment?
Yes, now, can you think of a specific question about the environment? Can you think of something about the environment that we could debate about?
I have.
That is a good. That's all right. I'll come to you next, Tim. I just want to hear Lily's question first. So maybe Lily, it could be something like, is global warming an issue that we should be worried about? So that might be an example for an environmental question.
Rising up? Why do sea levels rising up?
Ah, now that's a good one. That is a good question, Lily. What is the main cause of the ocean levels rising? Very good. I just got one in the chat as well. I'll read out quickly. Ben has asked, is it important to protect the environment? That's another good question.
I have a question.
Tim, you have a question too. What's yours?
Can money bring happiness?
Can money bring happiness? Now that is a deep philosophical question you just asked, Tim. That could be a very, very interesting debate. That could be a very interesting debate. Correct, Ben. Well, not everything. Money can't buy everything, but it can buy almost anything. Can anybody else think of any good debate questions, any good debate topics? Oh, Lisa, do you have one?
You call me?
Yeah. Did you have a debate question that you wanted to put forward?
I have a question.
I'll come to you next, Tim. Anybody else? Okay. Tony. Whoop. Sorry, I meant to ask you to unmute. Didn't want to mute you there. Sorry. What is your debate question?
I have a
My
debate.
debate question is, what is the effect of using fossil fuel?
What are the environmental effects of producing fossil fuels?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good question, but that's not actually, so the way that question has been worded, you couldn't actually debate it like that. To make that a debatable question though, you'd need to reword it and say something like, does mining for fossil fuels have a negative impact on the environment? So it needs to be a question that you can answer yes or no to, because those are the two sides of the debate. And then once you have those two sides, then they can go off and answer the question in more detail. But very well done. Okay, Tim, I think you said you had another question.
Okay, so is it good to chop down trees?
Is it good to chop down trees? Now that is a question that we could debate. Well done. Well done. And Miss Hannah's got one as well. What's your debate question, Hannah?
I think that the debate topic is uh, should smartphones be allowed in the classroom?
Now that would make a very good debate. Should smartphones be allowed in the classroom? Well done, Hannah. Very well done. Okay, so now I'm going to throw it over to you guys to see if you have any questions for me about the topics that we have covered in class tonight. So do you have any questions about the stuff that we've covered tonight? If so, please raise your hand. Terrific. Sounds like you kids are super smart and I explain things really well. We don't have any questions. Oh, I just saw this message here. One more debate topic. Ben has asked, should kids use Zalo? Now that could be another good debate topic to have as well. So do we have any other questions? Anything at all about debating? No? Terrific. Oh, no, Ben's got a question.
Teacher,
Yes.
should kids be homeschooled or go to the school?
That is another good topic for debate. So should children learn at home or in the classroom? That could be another good debate topic. So do we have any, so we're not talking about debate topics anymore. We're talking about, like, do you have any questions for me? anything about anything that we've covered today, or anything to do with debating in general? Do you have any questions? Anna?
I think, should children go to school alone?
Should children go to school alone? That would make an interesting debate. So you mean travel from school, travel from home to school by themselves without parent supervision?
Yeah.
That would make an interesting debate topic. There could be lots of arguments made for both sides.
I know I have a question.
Okay, Tim, what's your question?
Should we eat the food from the school gate?
Could you ask that again? Sorry, Tim, I didn't quite hear.
Should children in the school eat the food outside the school gate?
So should children eat school food outside of the school gates? Or do you mean should children be able to get food from outside of school to eat while they're at school?
No.
Could you write your question in the chat for me, please?
Okay.
Thank you. I've got another question here from Ben. Should rich kids need bodyguards to protect them? That could be a very interesting debate topic. Hannah, that's a good one too. Are video games helpful or harmful for children? There are some very good arguments actually for both sides of that debate.
Should plastics be banned?
Should plastics be banned? Now that is a debate I would love to see, because in Australia, all over Australia now, they've completely banned plastic straws to go with drinks. And you can only get these paper straws, and they are the absolute worst because they just melt and just rip apart after about 2 minutes of being in the drink. So yeah, I would really enjoy seeing that debate. Tim, have you typed your question into the chat?
Almost done.
Not a problem, buddy. I'll read it out when I get it.
Hi, Teacher Michael.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thanks. You've only just joined us, haven't you?
My name is Bon. What's your name?
Ah, Bon, you're part of my next lesson. Okay. I'm very well, thank you. So I'm just going to finish up with this class, and then I will be with you and your group shortly, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Thank you, Bon. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give you your homework for this lesson. And it is due, here we go. Tim's just sent his question. Should the children in the school eat food outside the school gate? Now that could make an interesting debate. Should children go to school by themselves, or motorbike or car? You guys are starting to get some good ideas for debate topics. That's really well done.
Should kids
So,
do housework?
Pardon?
Should kids do housework?
Should kids do housework? That is a good one. I remember the first time I asked that to a group of debating students, and I thought they were all going to say, no, children shouldn't have to. But every single one of them in that class answered, yes, they should. And it really caught me by surprise. It was great to see. Okay, I'm just sharing my screen so that I can show you this homework. Oop. Come back. So your preparation task for the next lesson is think of a motion that you would like to debate in class. It can be any topic you find interesting or relevant. I want you to write that motion down along with a brief explanation of why you chose it. Think about the motion you chose and try to come up with arguments for both the proposition and the opposition side of the argument or side of the debate. Be prepared to present your motion and the reasoning behind it in the next lesson. So you see here, I'm going to send you guys this this worksheet in, I think we've got a Zalo group created. Yes, we do. So yeah, I see this. I'm slightly confused. Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm going to post this homework in the group and get you guys to fill it out. Sorry, I was just concentrating on making sure I had the right Zalo group. But you can see here on this worksheet that I've given you just a little bit of space to write your debate motion. I've given you a little bit more space to write down the reason that you want to debate this motion. And then I've given you some lines, and I just want you to write 3 short possible arguments that you could use for the affirmative side of the argument or the proposition side of the argument, and 3 possible arguments that you could write for the opposition or the negative team. So this stuff will be posted in the group chat shortly. I do have to update the example debate topic sheet though, so I'll post that one when I have updated it. So are there any questions?
What is this topic?
The topic?
Yes.
So the topic is the topic is what you guys were giving me before. So all of the questions that you were giving me. So does mining for fossil fuels have a negative impact on the environment? Should rich kids have bodyguards?
Teacher, only write one question. We choose one question.
Yes. So for your homework, you just need to come up with one debate question, but you need to also write down the reason why you chose that debate question, and you need to come up with some arguments for, you need to come up with some arguments for the affirmative and the negative side of the debate.
Can we choose the topic?
Yep, you get to pick whatever topic you want to pick for this class. So we're not actually, at this stage, we're not actually going to be holding a debate on these topics. This is just a short exercise for you to get used to starting to find reasons for your arguments. So this is just a little exercise to get you used to some parts of debating. Anyway, you guys have done absolutely fantastically. I want to thank you for being a part of this first debate class, and
Teacher.
I'll see you all on Thursday. So make
Can
sure
you
you
s-
have your
Can you
make sure
chat
you have
the
your homework
Can you
done.
chat the topics on yellow? I can
Yes.
remember.
Teacher, can you
Yeah,
explain
so-
again, please?
Pardon?
No, can you explain again what we're going to do?
I'm going to post the worksheet that I just showed you into the Zalo group. So you'll be able to get all of your instructions from that worksheet. But the homework should take you maybe 10 to 15 minutes to do. So it's not a big task. You should be able to get it done quite quickly. Okay, so fantastic effort, guys. That brings the end of Ben's debate class. So I will post your homework in about an hour's time after I've finished my next debating class. Yes, please, Ben. Bye,
Goodbye,
everybody.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.